Hello, and welcome back to The Path. My apologies for the previous week. I was sick and was unable to record an episode. I'm quite excited for this week's guest, Alessandro Arangio sensei. Alessandro sensei has been a long-time fixture here in Okinawa, as well as being quite proficient in a bunch of other martial arts, including Wingchun, Escrima, two kinds of Okinawan karate, as well as Okinawan Matayoshi Kobudo. Alessandro sensei was very generous with his time, and I managed to get 2 hours worth of video of him, 1 hour of interview and 1 hour of him explaining things in his Okinawa dojo on 58. Well, without further ado, let's get into the interview.
Alessandro.
My pleasure. Thank you for contacting me. And sorry for my late reply.
No worries. Just glad to get you on the program. Maybe you could tell us about your training history?
Yes, I started officially martial art when I was 14 years old. I did a bit judo when I was 9, just 1 year after I did again. So anyway. I started when I was 14 and with karate. Karate at that time was Shotokan in Italy, in my small city, like just 2,000 people, and there was just judo and karate dojo. And the karate dojo when they opened the karate dojo, soon I went to visit and started with the Shotokan. And but it was Shotokan is a sports karate, and I did because and I like it was very hard, serious, and very discipline inside, more discipline, but it became too much, really sport. And my dream was to come visit Okinawa, and the born place, karate born place, and finally after it was 20, I don't know how many years ago, but when 25 years ago I came in first time in Okinawa, but I don't know after maybe I don't know how many years did Shotokan. Anyway, 25 years ago I came in Okinawa first time, and I didn't know nothing at that time about Okinawa karate, really nothing. And it was like adventure, adventure. And I came in Okinawa with one of my friends, Italian people, and I didn't speak not Japanese. Not Japanese at that time, not also English. I learned English. My English is poor, but okay. And we came here, and first time really was, I repeat, an adventure, because we came. We don't know. We didn't know how. Which dojo choose, no address for dojo, no address in hotel address, nothing. But the policeman at the airport was really kind people. After soon very strict, because you need the address to come in Japan. Come in Japan, you need the address to go. But we come here to study karate. Which karate? I don't know. We don't know. We search. We're looking for. I don't know. We don't know. And the policeman after that, in nursery, he understood. Okay, we just really for study karate, and call on Minshuku hotel, and the owner coming to pick up us. And the policeman said, after 1 week, inside 1 week, you come again here, and with the address, right address dojo where you train, training address. And the next day, asked to my owner was Minshuku owner, with the gesture, you know, karate training, one training karate, said, follow me. And then I go with him, I went with him, and they took me in a karate dojo, Goju-ryu dojo. This was my first time I watched Okinawa karate, really. And oh, I was really impressed. It was completely different, but with the Shotokan and just watching from outside the training, and so oh, this is I saw my first I think it was this I like, it's my karate. I found my karate, and inside was some foreign people, and one was speaking French, and spoke with him because I speak French. That time I was speaking French and now I was speaking French, but I'm just French and Italian. And I spoke with him and introduced me in the dojo. And next day I start training in the dojo there, Goju-ryu. And I did the Goju-ryu long time, really long time, until 9 years ago, about 8 years ago, until 8 years ago, now, did the Goju-ryu. And what's up? I did a long time Goju-ryu, did a different experience, and I went also in foreign country like Hollanda, in Netherlands, Hollanda. I was first time, then Japan Budo delegation accepted a foreign people inside. We went to Japan Budo delegation 2009, I think 2009. We went in Netherlands, and 72 Japanese master for all Japan. For Okinawa, just 3 from Okinawa, and one was me. And we went in Netherlands, Japanese, this Japanese Budo delegation. For me was an honor, and they accepted me first time. Was there. And also we went in Tokyo with a big demonstration in Tokyo too, with 3 master, Goju-ryu and Shotokan. Shotokan was Kanazawa sensei. And Uechi-ryu was I don't remember, I don't remember well his name, but passed away anyway. Big demonstration there too. And the Goju-ryu was Igaon Morio sensei, but it was my master here in Okinawa for a long time. That's why the first dojo I went was Igaon Morio sensei here, and it was a great experience. But first time when I came in Okinawa 25 years ago, soon I go back in Italy, of course. Go back in Italy and change my training. And I started conditioning. I started all change. I did more hard training, and for a few years. Come in Okinawa or in mainland Japan 1 month or 3 weeks, and so 3 weeks, 1 month. Sometime I did also one time I did also here in Okinawa 4 months about. I tried to live in Okinawa, but I wasn't still married at that time, not still married, and after 3 months you have to go out, and I went to Thailand. And I watched a bit Muay Thai, but after 4 months I go back in Italy, and anyway soon I did like back and forward, and in Italy I remember when I taught at the time of Shotokan, And the first time when I came here, I was still teaching in Italy. I used to teach karate already. There I have my student. And when I came back, when I go back in Italy, I change all training with conditioning. A little bit, I lose my student. There's pain, bruise, bruise?
Yeah, bruise. Yeah.
Bruise. And pain, especially female, the woman soon let me go. Everybody go there. I lose that. But I felt this was my karate. I said I cannot change. I don't want to teach another. Not a sports karate. Like teach this one. Then, okay. A little bit I understand this is okay. Maybe here is no my place here. Maybe to go live in Japan. And it was just a case of I met in Italy a Japanese girl, and I married with her after a few years, of course. After 5 years, I married with her, and moved in Japan. So I moved in Tokyo soon because she was from Tokyo. She is from Tokyo, and I stayed here 1 year and a half in Tokyo. And also in Tokyo, I trained in same Goju-ryu, same federation, the Sensei Federation, and stay 1 year and a half there after moving to Okinawa. Now totally is 16 years. I'm living here about 16 years, if I remember well, in total in Japan. And after when I came here, so to live in Okinawa, soon Igor Sensei was, thanks to Igor Sensei, he helped me a lot, and after a few months, really short, maybe 6 months, I don't remember, 6 months or half a year about like that, and soon gave me the permission to start my class. And really, maybe I'm mistaken, I don't remember well, 6 months or anyway, after it didn't pass 1 year, I think, 1 year. And it gave me the permission to start my class too. And I started to teach soon in Kominkan, like Kominkan, like that, just kids class. And I started to teach, it was 2006 maybe, 2005, 2006. So when I started to teach karate, my own class. No?
When did you open the dojo? Your dojo's on 58?
Yes, my own dojo is 58 now. It's currently still in 58, and I started there 8 years ago about.
Oh, okay.
So 8 years ago, I opened my dojo there. Then soon I taught to the kids class karate, and I wanted to teach also to the adult, but they said to me, you cannot teach the adult class in Kominkan, okay. And then just kids class, and my first class was in Chatham, in Chatham Dobutsu Danchi. And also after that, I opened also class in Ginoan, also kids class, another place. Then when I opened my dojo 8 years ago, my student called me. Okay, now come in my dojo. A little bit later, also I closed the class in Chatham, the kids class, and just teaching my dojo. And now, so my dojo, when I opened my dojo 8 years ago, changed completely my life, not my life, but I started with to do my research alone, because it was also this was another my dream. Was my dream come in Japan, live in Japan, and also another dream was open my dojo in Japan, and finally 8 years ago I opened my dojo. And so I told you before, when I started my martial art in Italy, it was just judo karate, but my, you know, I'm 53 years old at that time, you know, was still, you know, kung fu movie, many kung fu movie like Bruce Lee, you know, and I liked to read my I wanted to start with what's the Chinese martial art, but no dojo at that time in Italy. And I remember I bought my first wooden dummy when I was 18, 19 about, just when I get my license to drive. I went to Milano City and I found a good martial art shop, and there was the wooden dummy inside, and I bought a wooden dummy, and I started wooden dummy with a book. This book was funny because I found this book in was an Ip-chun book, Ip-chun, was a Grandmaster Ip-chun. When he was young in this book, and I started watching the picture and start a bit wooden dummy. This was funny because now currently is my grandmaster now, and now he's 94 years old and he's still alive. He's still doing Chisao. And anyway, when I go back in my dojo now in Okinawa, and when I open my dojo, I say, wow, okay, I start changing my mind a bit. Okay, I want is it time maybe to go in other countries, study a bit, and I went in Hong Kong. So maybe same year then I opened my dojo. I went the first time in Hong Kong, and to study Wingchun. Because I just did in Italy a bit after I started with the karate Shotokan in Italy. That after a few years I found my friend in Italy doing Chinese martial art. I did also, we did a bit Chinese martial art, and did myself wooden dummy. And when I went in Hong Kong, okay, I got to study Wing Chun directly there, because my idea is to learn martial arts well. Is my opinion, to learn martial art well is the best if you can go in the born place, martial art born place. This is my idea. That's why I came from karate in Okinawa. I went in Hong Kong for Wing Chun. And the last one was a Filipino in Cebu, Philippines, for Escrima. Anyway, we continued with the Wing Chun. And Wing Chun, I went there, and where I go, there are many dojo there, like in Okinawa Karate, same, there are many dojo Wing Chun. But okay, do no mistake, I said, okay, I go in there, and the son, the Grandmaster Ipama son lineage, and then went in the center. Is it called really center like that? Everybody called center. Ip-chun, we say Wing Chun Ip-chun Academy. And I think I did a mistake, because meaning I'm enjoying when I go there, and now when I'm going since 8 years ago. I'm going there once a year, sometimes twice a year, and
it's quite close. So
yes, it's close. Yeah, it's close. It's 2 hours and a half with plane, and so and now it's good because directly fly. Long time before, not directly fly.
Yeah.
Now it's directly fly with the Hong Kong airline. Also not just an Hong Kong airline. Now there's a Peach and different line. Anyway. And I started there with directly. And I remember first time when I went there, I said, and I speak soon with some people there. Of course, not. There was a Grandmaster Ipcho, but it was sitting. They was also sitting inside on the dojo, sitting like that, like in his desk. And there are all the master, everybody has many sifu inside. But the Chinese in this academy, they taught me that. In academy there are many sifu, but sifu they call sifu just Ipchun. This one sifu is Ipchun. Everybody are seeing like brother, like old brother. But the truth, everybody are sifu. But the rule is that so in this dojo, sifu is Ipchun. And then another instructor coming to me and introduce me, speak with me, and say, sorry, I'm here just 1 week because of my dojo there in Okinawa, and I'm busy, I cannot stay more. Please, if you can to correct my wooden dummy form, because I did myself in Italy. Oh, as soon as wooden dummy, no, this needed 3 years to wooden dummy. Silintao is the first form. To understand it, like Sanchi, first basic form, no? Like Sanchi in Goju-ryu or Uechi-ryu. And said to do Silintao, you do Silintao before. Okay, no problem. And I remember it was 3-hour training in the evening. And okay, no problem. And I didn't stop. 3 hours, they don't stop nothing. 1 minute. That was just a lake for my because it's like here the temperature, you know, like Okinawa was a lake. And me repeated, and they surprised me because I know also some Chinese people when I go there. Now I know some Chinese people they're coming, Hong Kong people coming after 30 minutes. What that just they give up, they give up, and me, you know, a bit okay, no, probably because I know Orient thinking, you know, I have to repeat and basic, you know. Oh no, no problem. I listen to, and the next day they change their mind, and they start to teach me also different. And I remember last day also teach me wooden dummy a bit, and it was a good experience. And from that started their relation with their. Then after now I'm all right. It's all right in my my website, and I don't remember where. Anyway, I become also sifu I'm sifu also in Vingchun, and now when I go there, everybody accepts me. And when I go there, like so we go eat. Just me and everybody master Chinese. It's funny, yeah. It's like a really, let's say, good spirit, like a family. A family. They accepted me now, really, like one of them when I go there. And it's about Vingchun. And after that, the last martial art and learn. I'm still learning, of course. I'm still learning, so never stopping. Also karate, I'm still studying karate. The last martial art was Escrima. Why I decided to go Escrima too? Because I started studying Kobudo, Kobudo with the Yogi sensei, Yogi sensei. 9 years ago, about a bit before I opened my dojo, if I remember well. And I started Kobudo with him, and I'm still doing Kobudo with him. And I like traditional martial art. I like all martial art. For me, I like really all martial art. And when I started Kobudo, I said, oh, good. Okay, you do you do kata, you do with a different weapon. But I'm Italian. I grew up in Italy, and I respect all martial art, but also practice people like the practice martial art. We say
Like practical.
Practical martial art. I liked. Then Filipino, for example, Filipino Escrima is a real practitioner. Practical martial art. It means once you learn Escrima with a stick like that, learn Escrima. After you can use an umbrella. You can use for all the people like cane at the same time, and at the same really good. It's a really practical martial art. Other one, Kobudo is okay. Okay, I respect and I'm still doing too, but you cannot bring with you a long bow or sai or nunchaku. It's prohibited in many countries. Prohibited. What do you say?
Prohibited. Yeah.
Prohibited. Yeah. Too. Then okay. I went in first time in Philippines in Cebu 3 years ago. 3 years ago, yeah. And just come back now for my first time in Philippines. But I started my study before going Cebu in Cebu Island. I started studying myself because now we are lucky because there is YouTube, you know.
Yeah.
But a long time ago, no. That's why when I started my first time I studied wooden dummy with the book, because no YouTube and us. And now we are really lucky. This everybody are like thinking, because you can learn many things from YouTube. You know, you watch the video. There are some tutorial video. They're really easy. And then I started play myself Escrima and watch. Okay, there is a Largamano. There are many styles Escrima, and but after which I choose a one with called the Balintawak Escrima, very close range. Just one stick, another end like support on the hand support, and also in Cebu too, same down Hong Kong, and here there are many people teaching Balintawak and teaching Escrima. And in Cebu also there is another one called Doce Pares. And before go there, okay, watch many YouTube in the internet, and I informed myself. And why I choose this is the case too. Why I choose my grandmaster there is now Grandmaster Nick Elizar. Why I went to him? Because in 2008. So 2008, if I remember well, yeah. 2008, I took part in the Human Weapon.
Discovery Channel?
Yes. Yeah. No, History Channel.
Oh, History Channel.
History Channel. So, and I took part with the thanks to Gano Sensei, of course. I took part with me. Well, of course, they came from Igano Sensei, but Igano Sensei also called few students, and also me too. I was there, and I took part in the History Channel. Sorry, in the Human Weapon. And these two guys, the protagonist, say protagonist in English, protagonist. These two guys coming from America, and they went in all Asia, in Okinawa for karate, and in Filipino for Escrima. And when I watch all Human Weapon, with all Human Weapon series.
Yeah, all the episodes.
So all the episode. And in Cebu they went to my grandmaster, actually my grandmaster Nick Lizar, and I watched. Oh, I like him, and okay, and I went to him. And now it's 3 years I'm going there, and I became also guru. In guru is like sensei, like Sifu, guru and sensei in Balintawak Escrima. and now, and last trip, just come back in 20, and it was in 1 month ago about. I went in.
So, why did you want to study all these different martial arts?
Yeah, like I said before, I love all martial art, and for me, study different martial art. Like I started like it becomes natural. It becomes natural, and it becomes natural to research like that. I spoke before. I started with the karate, but because it was just karate in my small city. But when I found my friend, start after a few years, people started with the Chinese. I opened his dojo in Italy, close to me, with the Chinese martial art. And soon I went to him and speak with him. I did with him a bit wushu, and experience also with the sanda. That's why I like all martial art, and to be limited. Why this is a beautiful word? Martial art is a big word. Of course, you cannot study all, but in a way, if you find, for me, like that, these three martial art, Okinawa karate, Vingchun, and Balintawak Escrima, I found inside really many common points. Inside many common points. For example, Sanchin Dachi in Uechi-ryu and in Goju-ryu is very similar in the basic stance in Wing Chun. The basic stance in Wing Chun is similar to Sanchin Dachi, but with the basic stance in Wing Chun with the feet parallel, but inside they have to close all muscle, was here concentrate, very strong in the leg and the feet. Really, many common points. And also now I'm doing. I started also to study Uechi-ryu with the yogi sensei. Same time we did it. Started with was Kobudo and also Uechi-ryu. And now I'm doing Uechi-ryu. And I think Okinawa karate and as well Wing Chun and Balintawak is close range. All this close range is close range fighting style. That's why I like it because, for example, when I do Chisao, and I feel for example, there is a kakie. So kakie is one stick end in Goju-ryu. Okay, Chisao two sticky end. This, for example, is one common point also too. And in Chisao there are many combinations. Then when I do Balintawak Escrima, same, very close. You have to feel the people with skin, skin. Balintawak Escrima is really similar. That's why now when I teach some single martial art like karate, Okinawa karate, or Wing Chun, but I'm talking about this common point to my student or seminar. I'm doing seminar in Italy for a long time, and that's why I like my research, but it's just coming naturally as a research. I like to do these three martial arts together. Yeah.
So when you practice your own martial arts, do you keep them separate or do you mix them or? So I mix it with no, of course I teach. If people ask me like seminar in Okinawa karate, we do Okinawa karate. But at the same time, I do some example. This is the same in also in Wing Chun. I do that, or in Escrima. This become natural, Of course, I don't mix. I don't mix because people come into my confusion. No? But many times now when I teach, I'm discovering myself while I'm explaining. And they come in natural explanation, come in natural. You know, this is the same in Vingchun or opposite. In Okinawa karate we are doing that too, like that. That's why I like so much this research, this to do these three together, yeah, and it's a good experience for me really. And also it's not finished too because but now I stop. Maybe I will go. I'm thinking to go in another country to just like my personal experience, like. Another dream is go one time training with the Shaolin monk, but now I'm old too. But okay, my pace just, you know, just to have to my personal experience. I did one time with the Shaolin monk in Italy because you know the Shaolin monk they go around the world to do demonstration and also to teach to get some money to they use the money for they to take care of the monastery. And I remember this is my friend, Chinese, the master in Chinese martial art in Italy, invite this Shaolin monk in Italy, and we went to do seminar with him. Oh, powerful, really powerful. That's why it would be funny maybe one day go there and to experience in martial art also with them, but just my personal research, of course. Now I stopped with the three martial art. I don't want, of course, to go another one. But these three, Escrima and Banitawak Escrima, Wingchun, and Okinawa Karate, is enough. Yeah.
Did you? Do you think they complement each other really well, or?
Yes. I think they complementary in some way. I think they are very complementary, and I don't know. Like Okinawa karate is a close range fighting too. You know, let's say in Goju-ryu there is a irikumi called irikumi. There's a very close fight combat, and. Sometimes when I explain like that, okay, we are here, and I explain, or you can connect it with this some chisao, yes, chisao, and as well there is in Balintawak. In Balintawak, once you learn the stick, after you can use the same technique without, and it become like manonuda. They call it manonuda. Manonuda techniques without stick, and they're really close. It seems Wingchun, or sometimes seems Okinawa fighting style karate close. That's really complementary. I think.
Did you find that there was things that were lacking in, like say Okinawan karate, and then you could sort of supplement it, or Wing Chun maybe was lacking a little bit here, and you add a little bit of karate in it, or?
For example, for some you mean some part missing karate.
Or like like sort of they don't do it better. Maybe they express it better in Wing Chun, or.
Yeah, but in Wing Chun, I think I say the positive with the main part of Wing Chun, of course, is Chisao, for example, give you sensitive contact. This is I think okay. This part when I bring this one, okay, I can bring inside in
Kakie.
Yes, in Kakie, or sometimes just when you you know irikumi in Goju-ryu, irikumi. Okay, if you fight sometime, you grip, you have to put down people. This is sensitive, you have to feel, because I mean you cannot watch or just feel, you're too close, you cannot watch the feet, you have to feel, you know. Then I think it help each other. Yes, it can help each other, of course. From karate, for example, inside in Vingchun, I like the power in karate, power, like Kime, yes. And when I went, remember when I went, I did the mano nuda first time with the grandmaster son, Master Normalizar. I did it with him. Oh, he's surprised because I was good with the Wing Chun already. Then easy for me to do that without stick, you know? That's what I can do. Then it's really relaxation inside, and that's why I think complementary. For example, in Escrima, the main point is of course stick, but without stick, after you can use like knife, same knife, or also mano nuda is very fighting style system, and for me martial art is self-defense, you know. In Okinawa, they or young sensei also speak many time about that. Oh, you have to think reality. Okay, you have to think reality, and that's why I like reality and we say practical martial art. Uechi-ryu, for example, Uechi-ryu, and say, oh, teaching when they teach Uechi-ryu, oh, you have to think the street, okay, and Escrima is same. Escrima, Balintawak Street. There is one street there called Balintawak Street. My grandmaster son took me there. Born in this street. They take the name for the street, Balintawak Street. There because they fight in this street. Then that's why I like practical martial art. The Kobudo, okay, it's good. I repeat, good, but sometimes, like, you know, kata, like, it's practical. Maybe it was practical before, long time ago, you know, but now, you know,
it's more like
yes,
cultural preservation.
Yes, cultural, exactly. Then I respect for that, and that's why me too. When I study Kobudo, me too, I study in this way. You know, Okinawa is very
peaceful, yeah.
Yeah, peaceful, yeah, and I'm Italian. When I was young, many fight in the street. I watched many fight. The street is different, and in Okinawa, now I'm here now 16 years. I never watched two people fight. Sometimes I go in Italy in 1 month. I have occasion to watch two people. Now too, you know, we are Latin, we are all Latin people. That's why when I do martial art, I always think real situation. That's why I like Escrima. I like also Wing Chun is very very practical. You are here, yeah. Once you do Chisao, you learn. Sometimes you do with closed close eyes, also put some. You can do. It's practical. It's real. You know. That's why I like that.
Is that why you chose these three martial arts? Is for the practicality of it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. When I came here first time 25 years ago, I said, oh, it was just a case I started with Goju-ryu because the Michiko Ona took me in the Goju-ryu dojo. Maybe it took me another Uechi-ryu or Shori-ryu when I started with the Shori-ryu or Uechi-ryu, just a case. But okay, and I started with Goju-ryu. At that time, they don't know nothing about conditioning, you know, nothing. And this is a part very important inside martial art conditioning. I think you cannot do martial art without condition, any martial art. Then that's why I think also Okinawa karate very practical, real, you know, because without conditioning, you know, do martial art like sports karate. Sports karate in Italy, okay, they are doing maybe they are doing they touching themselves in when they do competition. I don't like competition, but they do competition. They touch a bit in the face like that. But when I show first time condition in Italy, I remember about pain. That's this is a very important point, because when you fight in the street, okay, maybe your speed. You have a good speed, like Shotokan, good speed, everybody, no problem. But good speed, okay, but it happens, you know. It happens. Maybe I hit you, you hit me. I'm conditioned. You are not conditioned. Maybe you go down. It's the same time, you know. Maybe conditioning. I know I can maybe tolerate a bit more than my pain, you know. There are if you're not conditioned. This is important. That's why I like also karate. When I came here, okay, this is very practical. Same in Escrima. In Escrima, last time this time in March, I really lucky, because I met the Grandmaster Bobby Tabuada. It's very friendly with my Grandmaster in Nicky Lizar. Yeah, they grew up together really. They are friendly really from child, and they are same age, 70 years old both. And Bobby, I did with him twice training. Once with a stick, and once without. And of course, this thanks to my Grandmaster Nicky Lizar. Thanks to him, he asked, okay, teach a bit to my student. Okay, and I remember it was. Before training, he said, Bobby Tabuada, Grandmaster Bobby Tabuada. Everybody know how hit people, or like how some strike with the stick or without. Really we can attack or hit the people, but not everybody can do good defense. The important is defense well. And then he said. It's true. Everybody we can hit, but you know, for example, with stick, okay, you can strike faster with the stick, but after this strike, if you strike you, some people strike you fast, you can defend well with this against this strike. This is important, you know? That's why the real situation. You have to think real situation. You have to learn how to defend. When just attack, okay, but you cannot pain, you cannot tolerate the pain, the meaning, you know, for example, no? That's why. This is my opinion, my way.
Yeah, I agree with you. Sport karate, I think, sort of gives people a false sense of security.
Yeah,
yeah. Because, I'm sure there's some really tough sport karate people, but.
Yeah.
If you're not training it and you don't have it naturally.
Yeah. Exactly. Many people, when I was in Italy, when I did the Shotokan, my first master, he passed away, but my master was Italian, always pushing me to do competition. I don't like competition. That's why I came in Okinawa. And then at that time, everybody loved me. You're living a dream. The traditional karate now, because they didn't know. Now I understand, because they didn't know. Then traditional karate it doesn't exist now. Just Shotokan the best one, because they didn't inform themselves, you know. And me too, I didn't know nothing. I repeat. Then when I came here, okay, I found my karate, traditional karate, and same with the other. I don't know. I want to tell another thing. But also I had also some strange experience also in Goju-ryu too, because when I was in Tokyo, and the teacher there, and it was inside same federation or same Goju-ryu, but the teacher there was maybe because I was talking, I don't know, or want to push me to competition. But Goju-ryu is not traditional style, and then when I choose that for because of traditional style. And if I want to do competition, I continue with the Shotokan karate. Then okay, let me think, I said, and this is my dojo. Everybody have to do this my directive, you know, my direction. I have to follow the rule in the dojo. I said, okay, maybe I mistook dojo. Sorry about that. Then I go away. I was also in Goju-ryu sometime after, maybe because I was talking, I don't know. Anyway, that's I didn't change my way when I start go in Okinawa karate 25 years ago, and or inside in Okinawa karate or not. I don't mind if some people in Okinawa karate say let me do competition. No, why? I'm doing karate martial for myself, for my head, for think the real situation. And if do competition, why have to do competition? I don't like also people. They didn't ask to me. He gave me I didn't have trouble with these people. Why you have to hit? Why I have to hit people? I don't know him. It's not my opinion, you know. It's not my way. Just for me, okay. I do hard training myself. I do really want to break my body sometimes, but I don't like to give pain to other people. This is my opinion in martial art. It's funny.
So what does your training look like? Do you do like do you have like certain days you do karate, or you just mix it, or?
When I do my personal training, my personal training, when I do myself about Okinawa karate, and really hard, really hard. And but this idea is not just like thanks to Okinawa karate. I used to do art training also when I was in Italy, and without but I'm not speak about condition. Condition I discovered here, but art training like going the mountain running like that, or hard push-up training like that. I did also in Italy too. And before coming here, it was my idea. I'm a physical education teacher, okay. The university in Italy, and I did this university because why? In relation to martial art always, not to go to teach in the school, to study head and body, you know, and different training, but always in relation to martial art. Then when I do now too, currently too, when I do training, I do really hard, but little by little now I'm 53. I don't know until when I can do that. Just some example, do push up on the stairs and like push up and down each stairs down and push up like that. I don't, when I train in Wing Chun, I do of course for Wing Chun and physical training is really hard, and this doesn't change it. It's for all martial art. Your physical training. Okay, I'm doing really hard. When I do technical, of course, I do okay. To study Wing Chun, I do wooden dummy, also some people to Chisao or other techniques. So the Wing Chun, for example, is you cannot train alone. Okay, you train alone with a wooden dummy. Okay, or there is some form. We are just three form in Wing Chun, just with three form. This is another common point with the Uechi-ryu karate, because Uechi-ryu karate originally was just three form. Then the number three is, you know, in martial art. You know? And another, I can speak about common point really many. For example, okay, there another one. There is the wooden dummy technicals 180. 108.
Oh.
Same there, same.
Same.
Superimpose.
Yeah.
Superimpose or same 108. Okay, this is a multiple of 3. Right? Then there are many common points like that. But anyway, if I train Wingchun, or I do myself, I do wooden dame, or I need some people, of course. Same in Escrima. Why? I told you before, practical. Escrima, you cannot train. Okay, training alone Escrima you can do, of course, but you have to train with another people. This is the karate is karate is a bit different, but at the end, if you don't try a bit fight like kumite with the you cannot train just kata. Okay, in Okinawa, kata is the base. Okay, I understand. But why born karate? Born for self-defense. Self-defense is just not just kata. In my opinion, you have to do application kata, for example. Okay, application or just some try the technique kata in the real kumite. Or it's not meaning. Okay, you do that. This is my opinion. Of course, you do for your spirit, but all martial arts for that, for spirit. You know, to grow up, to increase your to keep calm, to increase your spirit, and this is a common point in all martial art, even in Escrima or Wingchun. The same, but you need to practice with some people. That's why I like this martial, this three. There are Chinese, like Wushu. There are many, you know. But it's funny because if you think in Wushu, there are Chanchuan, Nanchuan. Chanchuan is northern, Nanchuan is southern, right? Right, this style. Then there are many kata, many forms inside. A lot of form. But what they did, the Chinese, they invented. Maybe they not invented, but there is the form sanda to fight. Then when they fight in sanda, they don't do acrobatic like kata. Okay, this is for this tradition, this too. But you need to do when you fight, you do sanda. And inside is a part of Wushu sanda. It's a part of Chinese martial art.
Oh, okay.
That's why Chinese too. They know. Okay. I think they respect tradition. They do hard training with the form acrobatic. But when you fight, there is a sanda. Yes.
I didn't know that about Chinese martial arts.
Yeah.
I always looked at it when
I repeat, I like all martial art. If you think in Muay Thai is a traditional martial art. There are also some form inside.
Yeah.
But after here, they fight Muay Thai. You know, in Filipino martial art, no kata inside. But you have to study yourself all basic technique and do yourself alone all basic technique, like all disarm you have to do alone and put inside. It becomes like a kata. Because when you train alone, okay, I don't have partner. Okay, I train the disarm, the basic disarm from from the first attack, right? The basic disarm for the second attack. Then, okay, I don't have partner. Okay, I study myself to really clearly with the good step, with good proper form. And if you watch, it seems a kata. But in practice, you have to do to people. This is my opinion. The kata is okay. I'm training to kata now finally I arrived in Uechi-ryu, just 8 kata. Shotokan, a lot of kata. In Goju-ryu, 13. and now 80. But original was 3.
Yeah.
If you think originally was just 3 kata in Uechi-ryu, why just 3 kata? That from 3 now 8, and the Shotokan now a lot of kata. In Hong Kong, when I'm going in Hong Kong, before start Chisao is the main exercise, but everybody start with the Silintao. Everybody. Silintao, the first form, after Chisao. Everybody started with Silintao. Even the instructor. Silintao, and that's important. It means the kata is important, the form is important. But after just one time, maybe Silintao, everybody's on top 3-hour training. Okay, Silintao, if you do really slow, need 10 minutes, because really slow, the first part of kata. And after other parts, just practice, Chisao. Then I'm speaking about a veteran, not beginner, before able to learn how to do Chisao, of course. But if you know Chisao, after Chisao. And when I go there 1 week, for example, 1 week, 10 days, everyday trainings. In Tuesday and Fridays, 5 hours a day training, 2 hours morning, after we do sometime longer, but okay, basically 2 hours morning, 3 hours evening, and Saturday too is 2 hours morning and 2 hours in evening. Then other days just 2 hours morning, but all in 1 week do just Chisao. If you we just practice, you can understand. You can understand. If you feel, and then once you fight in a real situation, it becomes natural. And so I come back with judo. I started with judo. I did judo just short, but after I did again when I started karate, I come back also to judo, because it's very complementary thing, especially with the shotokan just like that. Then okay, to complementary the part missing, the projection, and judo I did it short, but judo there is kata in judo too. In judo too there are kata inside the judo, but you do just practice, and after coming natural without thinking, because you do every day that randori or down or stand up, and randori. After when you do outside, it happens coming natural. That is the end of martial art. If you do that after coming natural, I think. But if you do that, you can do maybe kata for all life, but without practice with another people, kata, the techniques. I doubt.
Yeah.
So I doubt that you can defend well in the real situation.
I think most people are deluding themselves if they think that training 2 hours a week, every Tuesday and Thursday for an hour,
yes.
that they're going to be able to do anything with that. It's I think not very wise. But that's what most people, I think, they maybe go that Tuesday and then skip the Thursday.
Yes, exactly. So of course depends on the how many times you train in a week. Training every day. I'm doing martial art for 10 years. Okay, every day you train twice a week. I'm doing martial art 10 years. How many days? Every day. It's different 10 years. So of course this is normal. Then practice is very important. Practice, but I repeat, if you did just kata, if I do just the basic in Escrima, the 12th attack basic, okay, I can do the 12th attack basic alone, because before they teach you alone. Okay, now I know the 12th basic training, the 12th basic defense alone. But if I practice alone for 10 years, I cannot apply it with another people. Surely, the same. This is my opinion. That's why kata is important, of course. But you have to practice in reality situation.
So you'll be probably by the time this video comes out, you'll be back in Italy. How long will you be? Will you be living there or opening a dojo? Or
in Italy,
yeah.
Yes. I go back in Italy for, especially for my parents, because they're getting old now and they need help. Until now, just my brother helped them, and now is time. Last time when I went last year, I went and okay, I understood. Okay, it's time I go back, go say to them. So in Italy, I think I stay for a long time, but I keep open my dojo here.
Okay.
And I go back here in September to give a look at my dojo, my student, and also probably if I can, there is the 95 years birthday. Sifu, my grandmaster, Sifu Vingchun. They invited me in August 26. August 20, no 24, sorry. 24, August 24, there is this party in Hong Kong, and they invited me. And if I can go also, I do the same time, go there. And also in Philippines, there's three days meeting all guru from all the world, for world Nika stick, Escrima, Balintawak Escrima, and everybody come. They meet in Philippines.
Like I had mentioned before, the next week's episode will be another hour of Alessandro Sensei bringing us around his dojo and introducing us to his equipment and his dojo, as well as going over the things that he had mentioned in the interview, with the added bonus of being able to watch him demonstrate what he was actually talking about.